following is a presentation of TFNN. The Morning Market Kickoff with your host, Tommy O'Brien. Now, Tommy O'Brien.
Good Monday morning, everybody. I'm Tommy O'Brien, coming to you live from TFNN. Last trading week of 2020, coming into the 2021 year, and we're kicking things off with positive territory. President Trump signing the COVID relief bill. That story coming out last night. Futures trading higher. We've got some action in commodities. You got gold trading higher, pulling back a bit, right at around 1,900. Man, Bitcoin. We'll jump over to Bitcoin in a moment. How about Bitcoin up $4,000? You know what? We're going to kick it off with Bitcoin because this thing's just not stopping, folks. We were under 24,000 last week. Bitcoin's up more than $4,000 right now. 27,900. We just got a print right next to 28,000. I was getting ready for the program earlier this morning, and I was like, wow, Bitcoin's at 27,000. Nope, we're almost at 28,000. Back to the markets. S&P's up 26 points right now with about an hour to go until the opening bell, trading 37.21. You see the little bit of volatility last night as markets open. You flash down to about 36.75 and then take off to the upside. I mean, we're a solid when you look where we were, flash down to that level. But really, all of Thursday coming into the Christmas holiday, we were flirting with around 36.85 to 36.90. I mean, folks, you're talking about backing it up. So again, we're at 37.21 right now. You put this on a daily, I mean, we're coming. That's the all-time high, folks, 37.26. The all-time highs we're going to open at in the S&Ps. Remarkable. The other markets, we got the NASDAQ up 105 points, 12,810. The Dow up 154 points, 30,263. And the Russell up a solid 1.3%, 26 points in the positive at 2,028. We'll jump to commodities. Crude oil catching a bit as well. We fall off a little bit in the last few minutes, but crude almost makes it to 49 this morning. We got the gold contract up $5 at 18.88. Check out the action on gold last night. We make it up to almost 19.05. Gold trades down to about 18.72, and right now we're trading at 18.88. Silver's up 91 cents at 26.82, and notes and bonds a little bit of lower price and higher yield. Right now, we're dealing with, let me pull it up in terms of what we're looking at. Excuse me 1 second for the yield, because we're approaching, folks. We're at about 0.95%, I believe. 0.946 right now percent. 137.24 on the 10-year, and you get the 30-year off 21 ticks at 172.03. All right, for the stories of the day, that's going to be your headline. President Trump yielding on the virus package. Of course, all last week, we're talking about $2,000 checks. Delays things for a week, unfortunately. President signs it last night with no difference made. He puts out some kind of statement, which means absolutely nothing after he signs the bill. And now we move on. So that bill goes into law. And what you have there is you're going to get, whether it's unemployment benefits, additional for Americans, $600 checks. I believe it's $600 for children as well. And then we're going to move right on to the fact that you're going to see votes for the $2,000. So Republicans going to be put to the test, whether they support that or not, how that plays out for the Georgia election taking place in about a week for their two senators, how that shapes the next Congress. We're about to find out, folks. So many stories as we come into 2021. One of the big ones out here I was reading this weekend, Ant Financial, China. They are on a wrecking ball course to take over that company and make sure, not take it over, make sure that Ant just kind of gets put in its place. Authorities are going to require Ant to overhaul the business, set up a timetable. And when you get into this, it talks about returning to its roots as a provider of payment services, threatening to throttle growth in its most lucrative business of consumer loans and wealth management. Story out here from Bloomberg. Pretty cool when you look at where their growth is. Okay, so here's Ant Group. You got asset management, lending, online payments, and insurance. Okay, but when you get into the growth sector of where they're growing, it's not on online payments, folks. It's on the other sectors that China is going to clamp it down with. They're trading lower again today. And it doesn't take a genius to figure out that China is on to Jack Ma and Ant, and they're clamping it down in a big way. All right, jumping back to Bitcoin. I mean, remarkable run. So let's pull up the daily real quick, because you might be seeing a shift here, folks, and that's what this chart might be reflecting, right? We get stimulus all over the place. You put it on the daily, my goodness, from 4,000, and really since October, we've gone almost triple. You were at 10,000 to start October. We might end the year near 30,000 in Bitcoin. We're trading right now 27,750. And it's remarkable when you consider, folks. So they have a price here of 28,365 on Sunday. My chart, when you're looking at the futures, we're showing a print of a high of 27,900. Excuse me. But you look at the volatility, folks, and this is where things get a little out of whack. But Bitcoin's the one instrument I'd say that talk about out of whack is the normal. Normally, you'd say maybe you get a pullback here. You probably said the same thing at 20,000. You got to pull back to 17.5, and we've traded up $10,000 from that price point in Bitcoin. We did get the initial thrust upward in gold last night on the stimulus news. Gold spikes to 1905. Volatility persists, but check out gold catching a bid this morning at 1890 as we climb higher. All right. Jumping to Brexit. Pretty interesting here. So you got the final deals happening last week. Seems that they're going to move forward with Brexit, but they got a few issues here. And one of them they talk in here, they go through fair competition. So the agreed compromise means the UK doesn't have to align with EU laws, but the bloc can impose proportionate tariffs subject to arbitration if it can show Britain's actions have distorted fair competition. I imagine, folks, that we're going to see a lot of haggling over if it can show it distorted fair competition. Fair competition is a pretty broad term. They got the deal done, but now they have to really navigate this new territory. And you pull up the pound US dollar. There was Thursday's action up to 136.87 on the deal getting inked. And with that, we trade a little bit lower. Sell the news, buy the rumors, sell the news, and you put it on a daily. I mean, that was basically right up there near the highs for the year of 136.24. We made it to a high on Friday of 136.18, sitting at about 135 for Brexit. All right. Checking around to some of the FANG stocks in our markets. I mean, you're seeing a lot of action to the upside, folks, as you may expect. We'll jump to Amazon, 31.70 up to 31.94. Microsoft shares this morning up a bit as well, from under 223 to 224.40. Some of the airline stocks, right, getting a bid. Some of the ones that might benefit from this relief bill especially. Yet American from 15.66 up to 16.22. Delta Airlines catching a little bit of a pop, but not the huge dramatic shift that you may even expect. Some of my favorite stocks out there, you got Disney trading higher with the market as well. Ride sharing, Uber shares trading higher as well. Jump to Netflix shares, pulling back a bit, and some of the restrictive stocks in terms of the work-from-home stocks, Zoom shares continuing to slide a bit. Put that on a daily. Quite the pullback we've gotten from Zoom now, if you remember. Quite the acceleration we got, all the way up from 831 to 450. You're back down to about 350 to almost 600. Now Zoom, 375. One of those situations, I'm going to be sending out an update for my subscribers later. I'm not sure, but something you want to think about, folks. If you want to be in this equity, selling some cash secured puts somewhere under this equity, quite the pullback we've had. If you're a believer and want to be a long-term holder of this equity. Stay tuned, folks. We got a lot to talk about.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. Are you looking to buy or sell gold, silver, platinum, coins, or bullion? We can help. At Tiger Precious Metals and Stones, we specialize in the buying and selling of gold, silver, as well as collectible U.S. and foreign coins. We not only buy your unwanted or broken jewelry, but you can trade that in for gold and silver coins, too. Call Andy now at 727-329-8245 for a quote over the phone and to lock in the current market price. Call us now at 727-329-8245.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The Gold Report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The Gold Report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The Gold Report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the Gold Report now. Protect your buying power. Order the Gold Report now.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. We got the S&P's up 27. Should be interesting where we see this market open. Of course, holiday weekend trading. We got a lot of people, kids on school vacation, right? Whether they're home from work, homeschooling during all of this, still on vacation, still a time to take some time with the family. You're going to see low volume in this market. Doesn't mean you see low volatility when the market opens. So we're going to find out whether they really agree that we should be up 0.75% right now, all-time highs as we come into December 28th of 2020, with, of course, the economic backdrop unlike any other in our in my lifetime, and probably in a lot of your lifetimes out there as well. In terms of COVID, I mean, something we're pretty much all aware of, unfortunately, becoming numb to the numbers. We've been stuck at around 200,000 for a while. We did have a dip there. We'll see how this reacts for Christmas. All but expected. I saw Christmas numbers that one day it was 900,000 people flying. And folks, you know, if you want to see your family, I really have no problem with that. It's just being aware of the risks you're taking and the people you surround yourself with in life. You want to go to restaurants, you want to go out, wear a mask, social distance, take some potential risky behavior. It's all great. You got to live your life. I get it. You want to travel home to family? I got no problem. But if you're going to be around people who are very vulnerable to this virus, that's where things get a little murky when we're dealing with 200,000 cases a day and 2,000 to 3,000 deaths a day. Now, on the horizon, the vaccine, as we're going to start getting numbers in the millions. You look at the U.S. already. We're talking about whether it's the biggest states out there, doses administered, going to frontline healthcare workers first and foremost. Texas, the biggest state out there, 139 so far. California, 128. Florida, down at 118. When you add them all up, the U.S., we're at about 2 million cases so far. A big number. Now, I'm going to tie it in, folks. You often hear people talking about 99% survival rate. Those who don't think that the virus should be getting as much attention, to put it lightly, as it is, like to harp on the survival rate of 99%, right? The 2 million doses, the 2 million people who have taken the vaccine already, that would account for 20,000 deaths at a 1% mortality rate, okay? You're going to start to see the discourse of this vaccine. Folks, I'm a healthy 40-year-old, and I'm going to take it day one, okay? We got to get to big numbers to get over this. And unfortunately, fear on the internet has a habit of taking over. And I encourage you to really look into the facts of this vaccine, because we're dealing with 2 million people who have already gotten it. And if that was the same of the virus, that would potentially be 20,000 deaths. Okay. And from all indications, not a single person has died from this vaccine, folks. Tens of thousands of people were tested before it went live. Now we're dealing with 4.4 million people between Pfizer and Moderna across the globe. So think about those numbers when you make that personal decision, because there is risk in anything. But people like to think about inaction as the best decision, when you should be comparing a binary choice of taking the vaccine or not. And in many cases, there's going to be people out there who have had horrible reactions to vaccines that their interest might be the best interest not to do that. You're going to have newborns out there. You're going to have pregnant women, right? You're going to have people who cannot take that vaccine themselves. But beyond that, folks, every indication is completely safe. We have millions of people taking it, no deaths. When you compare that to the risk of hundreds of thousands of cases out there, you don't have to live in fear. But please think about the decision, make the right decision for you, and look at the real numbers, because we're now dealing with millions of people taking this vaccine. And this is how we get over where we are right now. All right. What else we got? How about cruise ships? We'll jump to. Let's take a look at the cruise ships before we jump to a story on Bloomberg here. So as expected, up with the market. You got Carnival up to about 21.36 right now from under 21. NCLH, Norwegian, up a bit to 25.24. I mean, these stocks, some of the hardest hit, right? Talk about a slow crawl off the bottom from $60 to $7. We're now up to about 25. You're going to open 25.24. You can see last week we were up almost to 30 on Norwegian. The daily on Carnival, you were down to 7 as well from 52. Pretty similar action. We're going to open at about 21. These companies got a long way to go. But folks, in the same respect, if we got to be so careful now. Hopefully we all take this vaccine. But man, if you're thinking about a big trip, I mean, get planning, because hopefully by the end of next year, things are back to normal, and everybody in the whole planet's going to want to travel. Make some plans and take a look at this thing. Carnival's latest quote-unquote fun ship, Mardi Gras. How about almost 7,000 passengers and a roller coaster to boot? Pretty remarkable that this thing's going to come into rotation, coming in 2021. Mardi Gras, the largest fun ship ever, ready to set sail months before even the first travelers step on board. When that thing starts rocking and rolling, I'm not sure. But, man, I can't wait myself to go on some nice trips when all this is said and done. All right, what else we got going on? Jumping around to some of the stocks making moves this morning. We talked about Alibaba. Be interesting to see where that one opens up. Baba. Talk about some pain on Friday. We're going to open a little bit lower again, Thursday of last week, and we're going to open lower again, down to about 218 this morning. So AT&T, they came out, Warner, with Wonder Woman 1984. So that was in box offices on Christmas. Pretty strong numbers. Almost $17 million in box office tickets in North America alone. Low by historical standards, but that's pretty strong right now. That's the biggest number that they've had for a box office weekend since COVID. And also that was available on HBO Max the same day, and it was half of the people who are subscribed to HBO Max watched Wonder Woman on Christmas. Now, here's the thing about statistics sometimes, is that how many people does HBO Max have right now? Because percentages on small numbers can be deceiving. As in, yes, they got 50% of their subscribers to watch this movie on their streaming platform, but the problem is they don't have many subscribers, not when you compare it to Netflix and when you compare it to Disney. Nonetheless, strong numbers, Wonder Woman 1984. It's been panned a little bit in reviews as well, but HBO Max, of course, making the big decision a couple weeks ago that their whole slate of 2021 movies are going to be released on their streaming platform as well. So what else we got? We got AstraZeneca. Their drug looks to be, let's see. Drug maker said COVID-19 vaccine candidate believed by researchers to be effective against the new variant. That's all the indications. All the new strains that are up there seems to be that will be the case, and we'll see how that shakes out. DoorDash, this is an interesting one. So you know that I've loved Uber. You know I've loved DoorDash. Uber, 53.30. We'll jump to DoorDash right now. We're trading at about 160. You jump to the Analyze tab, and you're looking at a $50 billion market cap on DoorDash, folks. You jump to Uber, and you're looking at about $90 billion, I think, give or take. Let's see where we are today. It's not pulling it up. We're at about $90 billion on Uber. Point being, Uber is a household name, folks. Uber is actually a verb that has been added to the English language, right? When you think about something like that, you don't say I'm gonna dash some food. I'm gonna Uber to the restaurant, right? Point being, these companies are gonna deal with some woes as they try and get to the same level of a company like Uber. And meanwhile, you're already seeing it, that they're talking about food delivery services like Postmates, like DoorDash. They're going to see a new law in California that goes into effect January 1st that's going to require delivery service to have stated agreements in places with restaurants to deliver their food. That accounts for about 5% already. Means you can't just be delivering food without working with that restaurant. Stay tuned, folks. We got a few equities to go over. Get you ready for Monday trading. Be right back.
Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as...
Whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and to help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step-by-step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based, vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. We got the markets right where we started the program off. S&P is positive by 28, the NASDAQ positive by 116. You got the Dow positive by 166. And we'll jump over to the VIX this morning. Volatility index creeping lower, 2163. Remarkable that we saw 3146 just last week. You're talking about a 10 full points. Remember, folks, this was all on the new strain, right? And you're seeing kind of that impact things, right? We're seeing now if you travel from the UK, you need a negative test. You're seeing different countries stop travel from the UK in particular. Meanwhile, the market just trades higher, the VIX trades lower, and we move on to 2021. Speaking of 2021, folks, noon Eastern time, Basil Chapman hosts the Tiger Technicians Hour. Basil's prices, folks, are going up next Monday. Really before then, probably. January 1st, technically, going up. If you have not tried the opening call, folks, please give it a try. Basil does an outstanding service. The opening call, he's out there every single day, folks. Really, most weekends, he puts out a Saturday and a Sunday update because he lives this market, folks. I read the one he put out this weekend, 6 or 7 charts with analysis of each chart, the markets, what he's looking at, his counts, the Chapman wave, the opening call. You can get all of that along with about 7 archive webinars. You can lock in the price for your subscription for as long as you remain a subscriber, folks, okay? Again, he's going up January 1st. Check it out. If you don't like it, you get a money-back guarantee. You got nothing to risk. If you do like it, you've locked in that price for as long as you remain a subscriber. And I encourage you, if you're really thinking about staying on, maybe think about signing up for the 6 months or the year, because those are going up as well. And you'll lock in those for the life of your subscription, and those come with a money-back guarantee as well. Great deal. Basil does great service. He's coming up live at noon Eastern time. And we got our man, Larry Pesavento. He's back in the saddle live next, coming up with Trade What You See. Should be an interesting market open, folks. We get the S&Ps at 3722, and we're going to wrap up the program with Bitcoin. How about it? 27,640. You talk about a rocket ship. Watch out. Can't wait to see where this market goes today. Folks, keep those stops in there. It's going to be a low volume day. Doesn't mean it'd be low volatility. You see what happened last Monday. Watch out, folks. You see what happened the end of the day Wednesday, right? Some flash sell-offs. Should be an interesting day in the market. I'll be back at 10 o'clock with Tom. Stay tuned for Larry. He's coming up live.